Okay, so first of all, no spoilers, okay? I'm gonna talk about this movie and I'm not gonna spoil it. So there you go. I also do have to go, I have to rely on some notes. Your boy M. Night Shyamalan, my dude has made a ton of movies. I forget how long he's been doing this, and it's been a while. So I gotta consult my notes here and go through his filmography as part of this review. His latest movie is called Trap. Let's talk about it. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, red subscribe button, notification bell, that way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. Okay, so M. Night Shyamalan, Trap, his latest movie. I gotta talk about his catalog, because this guy has some bangers. Okay, I have not seen his first two movies, Praying with Anger or Wide Awake. I have seen The Sixth Sense. Saw it in the theater, freaking loved it. It was hype. This was before cell phones were a thing. This was way before social media. It was all word of mouth, and that movie was awesome, loved it. Unbreakable, really good movie. Buddy of mine made me watch it. I hadn't seen it in the theater. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic twist. Great acting from Bruce Willis. Great acting from Samuel L. Jackson. Movie's great. Signs, easily my favorite M. Night movie. I freaking love Signs. The acting, specifically Mel Gibson, Joaquin Phoenix is great. The whole thing is just tremendous. I adore Signs. That movie holds up to this day, and I love it. Special effects are a little wonky. The Village. I hate this movie with everything in my soul. I despise The Village. Saw it in the theater. Yeah, really cool love story. Hated the twist. Hated the ending. Do not like that movie. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Lady in the Water. Heard mixed things about it. I know people who love that movie, like that's their favorite M. Night movie, and people who hate that movie, it should be cast in the fire of hell. I haven't seen Lady in the Water. I've heard mixed things. The Happening, widely considered one of the worst movies ever made. That's a fact. The Last Airbender, widely considered one of the very worst movies ever made. Haven't seen that one. That's a fact. After Earth, saw the trailer, thought it looked terrible. Reviews came out, confirmed, still haven't seen it, never plan on it. The Visit, I actually own this movie. It's sitting right there on my shelf underneath my TV. I still haven't watched it. I want to watch it. I've heard great things. Maybe I'll watch it this weekend. Split, really good movie, kind of psychological thriller. Very good twist at the end, which I will not spoil, although it leads directly into his next movie, so spoiler alert. Glass, movie is awful. Really wanted to like it, liked parts of it, despised the ending. Old, this movie felt more like classic M. Night with the twist at the end, but it was just kind of boring, and I don't really remember all that much about it. Knock at the Cabin, decent twist at the end, pretty good acting, really cool premise, it was fine. So that brings us to Trap. So I've seen, of all these movies, I haven't seen the first two. I haven't seen Lady in the Water, so 1, 2, 3. I haven't seen Last Airbender, 4, or After Earth, 5. So 6 of these movies I actually haven't seen. I've seen the rest, 6 of them I haven't. Mostly the bad ones, and then of course the 2 that he made before he really hit it big with The Sixth Sense. So that brings us to Trap, a movie starring Josh Hartnett, who you don't really see all that much in films anymore. Kind of a late 90s, early 2000s teen heartthrob. He was really good in Black Hawk Down, Halloween Age 20, great movie. Fight me if you disagree. What else? He was in Faculty. He just hasn't been as active these days, so it was really kind of cool. I remember watching the trailer for this movie, being a little pissed that they spoiled the reveal. And this is in the trailer, but obviously he's the butcher, he's the killer. That's disclosed up front in the trailer. I'm not particularly fond of the fact that they disclosed that. I think they should have left that for the movie because that's a massive part of the movie. Granted, it happens very early on in the first 10 minutes. So he is this serial killer butcher who takes his daughter to a concert for this pop star named Lady Raven. The daughter's obsessed with Lady Raven. He's being dad of the year. Girl got good grades, taking her to the concert. She's excited. We find out basically immediately that this entire concert is a trap to catch the butcher, which upon the slightest bit of scrutiny completely falls apart and doesn't make any effing sense. So essentially the movie is him trying to like make his way out of this trap that's been set for him. And Hartnett's actually pretty good in this. I enjoyed watching him kind of being like this cringy dad who like makes all these dumb jokes, but really does seem to truly love and care for his daughter and want what's best for her, despite being a homicidal maniac. So it's interesting to see like the things he does to try and get himself out of this sticky situation. It's a really cool concept. And I like that M. Night, I almost called it Eminem. I like that M. Night concocts these very interesting and unique stories and settings. He just doesn't always flesh them out properly. This one in particular is just like laden with plot holes and really falls apart in the third act. It really becomes a mess late in the movie, and it doesn't quite work. I'm frustrated because it was like really engaging in parts, and I was really excited to see what kind of like unique things he would do. And it does a lot of that and expands upon that, but in the end, it just kind of falls apart. And then it goes on too long. It does that thing where it's like, oh, here's the ending. Oh, JK, I'm faking you out. And so I guess the ending doesn't really work for me. The main character at one point in this movie makes one of the dumbest decisions I have ever seen a allegedly smart character make in a major motion picture, and he doesn't. It's just so blatant and dumb that I was actually like taken aback while watching in the theater. So I like Trap. I didn't love it. I would give this somewhere like a 6.5 out of 10 if I was to score it. That's kind of my feelings about the movie. I don't really do scores, but if I had to give this one a score, that's kind of what I would give it. That's how I feel about the movie. It's like pretty good, but then falls apart. Tries some interesting ideas, doesn't really do a great job with them. Characters are real dumb. And yeah, so M. Night kind of continues to just be up and down. And that's where we are with Trap, his latest movie. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, found it helpful, I hope you would consider subscribing as I make it my goal to get to 500 subs. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.